So by this time you have learned the thermodynamics and capsule axis, hydrolysis and nuclear rotation. So next comes the management of the nucleus. So that I will cover in the next few slides. For the trenching, angulation of the tip is important. Different angulation of the tips are available. One is 45 degree, it starts more than trench. 15 degree because it's almost round configuration, so it gives more occlusion than trenching. 0 degree, it's totally round, it gives only occlusion, no trenching. So this will be ideal for the chopping purpose. And 30 degree is balance between 45 and 15, so it is ideal for trenching. Coming to the machine setting, aspiration flow should be 15 to 20 cc in the lower range, because during trenching we have no flowability is required and neither the occlusion. And vacuum should be also in the lower range because we do not want any occlusion at this stage. On the contrary, occlusion occurs will push the nucleus. So vacuum setting should be very minimal, and because there will be occlusion and will push the nucleus. Power setting will depend on the hardness of the nucleus. Harder the nucleus, higher will be the power setting. So it will range between 40 to 80%. In softer cataract, softer energy like micropulse or torsional can be used. Deep exposure of 1.5 mm should be done, otherwise you cannot be able to trenching. Coming to this animation of trenching, the trench should not cross the rexis margin, especially the initial few strokes, otherwise you will injure the rexis. So initial few strokes, you confine your trench within the rexis margin. Once you go deep, you can go beyond rexis margin, but initial few strokes, you must keep your trench within the rexis margin. If the cataract is hard, trench should be long and wide. And also, as I already mentioned, energy setting should be at the higher level. In softer cataract, trench should be soft and narrow, and obviously the energy setting should be at the lower level. The angle of attack, that means the angle between the tip of the phaco-tip and the nucleus, should be 45 degree. So that will be a perfect trenching, or you may, or if its angle of attack is less, you may superficially chip the nucleus and injure the rexis margin. 1/3 of the tip should be buried in the nucleus to get the perfect trenching. If we bury the nucleus more than 1/3 of the tip, there will be occlusion and you can push the nucleus. And if you also less bury the tip, so you will not get adequate trenching. We know that human nucleus is biconvex, so it is thickest and hardest at the center. So more tissue should be, as human nucleus is biconvex and the central part is thickest and hardest, so more tissue should be trenched in the center, and also so no energy should be wasted while coming back, because if you continuously press the pedal, your energy will be wasted. More energy should be used to trench the center. And refocus the microscope as you go further deep. Remove small chips carefully during deep trenching, especially when you are near the posterior capsule, or you can blow a hole in the periphery. If you rotate the nucleus from the center of the range, you get a small fulcrum, so you will not be able to rotate. But if you rotate from the periphery, you will get a bigger fulcrum and rotation will be easier. Rotate the one nucleus 180 degree to start the upper part of the range. So once you complete one half, rotate 180 degree and complete the other half. You can, by trenching, you can counterbalance by fixing the nucleus with CNC hook or dummy. This video shows the superficial trench. The superficial trenching occurs because their power setting is less and the angle of attack is less. So we are ending up with a chip of the nucleus here. This is an example of the deeper trench. This occurs because instead of burying 1/3, we are burying almost full tip. So that's why we are getting the occlusion here, and this is dangerous. If we proceed like this, you push the nucleus instead of doing trenching. So during trenching, you must see whether your tip is getting occluded. In this, we are using a low power, or you are not pressing the foot paddle, so that's why you are not getting the adequate trench. So ideally the trench width should be 1.5 peco tip width. So if your width is not 1.5, you will not go in the deeper, because your sleep will prevent you go into the deep. So ideally the trench width should be 1.5, so that you can go further deep and make a deep trench, so that tracking will be easier at the next stage. Coming to the cracking, use equal forces on either instrument in the depth of the tunnel. This is important, in the depth of the tunnel. If you use more force in the wide instrument, there is traction to the opposite zonules. If you try to divide the superficial part, you will not get a crack. The crack should be initiated from the periphery to the center, and if the crack is incomplete, rotate the nucleus 180 degree and complete the crack from the other periphery. The center is hardest, so it is difficult to crack in the center, and also you do not get a good fulcrum by cracking in the center. See, we have made a trench, but trench is not sufficiently deep. So we place two instruments mistakenly and trying to crack, because your trench is not deep enough. In spite of giving so much of force, you will not get cracked. In this case, we made a adequately deep good width trench, but mistakenly we are placing the instrument at the superficial part of the trench, and in spite of giving so much of force, we are not getting the crack. But once we correct and placing two instruments at the deepest part of the trench, that gives a good crack with little force. Now, once we complete the trench part, I want to see how we can do the 4-quadrant technique. This technique should be done especially at the beginning stage. We are making the limbal tunnel. First the one plane, then 2.8 carton, go into the little bit into the stroma, then with dimple down technique, enter the anterior chamber. Use viscoelastic to deepen the chamber. Two side ports at 2 to 2.5 clock hour away from the main incision. The then making rexes either with cystitome or with phosphates, whatever you are comfortable. Capsule diameter should be 5 to 5.5 and complete the rexes. Then particle cleavage hybridization, you can see the nice fluid wave with every hybridization, tap the central part and decompress. Now practice rotation bimanually. That gives you practice in left to making left hand dominant. Now the drenching part. So we are using the traditional ultrasound 60%, minimal vacuum 50 and aspiration flow rate 20. We have completed the trench one half, then we are completing the other half. So total from 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock or maybe 12 to 6 or 3 or 9 complete. Once one part is completed, rotate the nucleus 180 degree and trench 90 degree from the first trench. Go adequately deep. So once you make a perfect cross, place two instruments at the deepest part of the trench and track it. One half is cracked, then other half is cracked. Now rotate 180 degree, 90 degree and cracking is completed. Now for completely free fragments are there. Now we are using the hyperpass mode for eating the fragments. So here we are using a little bit higher fragment. So this higher vacuum gives the fragment into the tip. Use your left hand to realign the fragment. So using use of left hand is very important here. You have to continuously realign the fragment with the phaco tip. And same procedure is repeated to other fragments. Thank you.